let life unfold in front of you. Allow things to happen and to move into place right where they should be. This has a lot to do with trust. Trust in your inner guidance, trust in your path, trust in where you're currently at, right? Many of you wrote me, I don't know how to move further. I just want to give up and to be who I was before, right? Now, that's not really possible, as you know, and this path really does need a lot of courage because what will open up to you is another way of consciousness, another level of consciousness, and that consciousness is not going to move away. In fact, it's actually going to show you the patterns we have in this world, and it's going to show it right to you in your face. It's not always pleasant, but when we start to understand the level that we are in, and when we start to move in with that wave, you can actually experience a lot of joy. You can experience a lot of joy. This is what gives me excitement every single day. You know, you have to go through the mud before you can see the light. And the mud is nothing else than the the darkness that is within you that you didn't want to see yet, or you couldn't see yet. You didn't have the courage, you didn't have the strength, and that's totally fine. And there will be always something that you are not seeing. And that's okay the way it is, you know. We have to give ourselves some grace, not to think like, okay, now clock, we are done. We're done with our journey here. Now only light is allowed, and everything else needs to leave. And yeah, we are good, right? We're good. What you learn on this path too is about to navigate through fear. Maybe you followed my path, and fear was a constant partner at my side. I was constantly afraid, constantly. I had anxiety attacks, and I was constantly trying to survive, basically. And when I was in my 20s, I started to realize, okay, I'm still keep doing what I used to do in my childhood, right, where I didn't have that many options. But now, as a grown up, I do have quite a lot of options on how to deal with things differently. I don't have to allow people into my life that actually enable me all the time, again and again. I can choose more wisely. Is when your consciousness is actually expanding, when you start to expand, when you start to see what you're actually doing, when you start to see that you are the creator of your own life. You create a lot of circumstances in your life. And this is not to punish you, this is to bring light into what you haven't seen yet. Because I felt this is just happening to me, but not really happening for me. I felt very much in the victimhood, very, very much. I felt so much in pain. And by the way, this will be in our first session. We start the monthly call, Shine Your Light, on the 23rd of March at, I think, 7 p.m. CET. So that's Zurich time. So minus, what is that? 7 hours US Pacific time or something. I actually marked all the details in the website, so you could go and check it there. You see, what we have to navigate through first is to understand what fear is actually doing to our body, to ourself, and how we can elevate that. How can we stand here and just be in that, and not to freak out, not to make any decisions that are basically really against us, basically really, really much nagging us down, because we are used to do it that way, right? It's the urge to keep us safe. It's the small self that kicks in, that doesn't know any better and tries to help you, tries to solve it for you. But now, as a grown up, you know differently. You know that stress and direct correlation with fear is very, very, is definitely something that needs to be in, mm, that needs to, how would I say that? We need to shine a light on that. And everyone has some stress in their life, right? Everyone does certain things that is stressful for them. Now, the thing is, how can we make this a little bit more at ease? How can we soften it? It's not about, okay, I'm not allowed to experience fear. No, I have to be aware of it. I have to be aware of when I'm afraid. I have to be aware of when these heavy and intense emotions are actually coming up. So, this is what we are going to do in our first session, right? We look into those fields that are still hidden and that need your light and your attention to really force your awareness to see what is actually going on, because that's half of the, or more than that, half of the game is to be able to see it, to be able to navigate through that, to be able to push this into the light so you see it. And I don't mean light for positive and dark, or negative, dark for, yeah, I said it already, for negative, right? It's just understanding a lighter emotions and heavier emotions. And the way how we create, or what we are creating, is crucial for us. We need to be aware of what we are creating. What are we actually attracting into our life? What are we constantly saying yes to, while that might not be a good choice? And it doesn't matter if you have done this 100 times, or if you're 40 or 50 or 60, come and join, right? Come and join the energy that you have um, held in your body until now. Come and join to understand how to release that pain. How can you release something that you don't even know you have? How can you resolve something that is a partner, but it's so close that you don't see it? You don't even see it because it keeps coming, almost like a friend showing up. And you keep running away. You keep trying to do how you have always done, right? Let's try to make this a little bit more ease, soften, and claim our own power, claim our own wisdom. Because your higher self knows very much how you can actually transmute that and transform it. Energy never just releases itself, it transforms. But when we start to understand how we can alchemize that, alchemize your own energy, you're very powerful, actually. You're very, very powerful. And believe it or not, you can do that with fear too. You can amplify your fear, right? And bringing you into states where you're afraid, but nothing happened externally. It's internally. Your whole world is upside down and you're afraid, like so much. And you don't really know why that is, because you don't see how much you're involved in this. You don't see how much you're actually triggering yourself. And there are ways how you can navigate and release that heavy and tense energy from your body, you know, letting it go, not believing that you deserved it. No, you don't. You don't deserve that, right? But it's the way how we grew up, it's the way how we walk around. And then we believe at one point, well, this is just how it is. I need to live with this. I need to be in pain all the time. I need to show up a certain way, even though I know it's hurtful. You don't. You really don't, right? So come and join this monthly call. You can also join just this one time and then cancel again. And, I feel like this will be a very, very cool group cleansing and experience deep joy, experience who you are, experience and live who you are. It's going to be a ripple effect into your life. It's going to be magical when it comes down to, hey, what else can I explore here? What else do I see in this field that I have never touched upon? It's going to be very, very intense and beautiful. And maybe at one point also a little bit scary because you don't know what's coming. You don't know what is going to unfold for you. And that's so okay because we are in this together. So you're not alone. You are with us in the group, joining and experiencing a cleanse that is actually bringing more of who you are into your life, right? So, yeah, let me know if you're in. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna come, if you're gonna join. There will be replay sessions available. And yeah, I'm super excited. I'm very, very much excited for this one. So let's see. Let's see what we can bring together and how we can create together in this. With that said, thanks so much for today and have a wonderful day.